What's up, everybody? It is time once again to filter through our collection in a trash or treasure with a twist. We we were very disappointed with the amount of games that we got rid of that we kept and got rid of. I felt like the whole purpose of these videos is to make sure we sort of thin down our collection. That's the purpose.
This is news to me.
It is the purpose, and we did not accomplish that goal in the last like 2 videos. So what I have done is I've taken a friend and I've told them to select a game when they came over, put it in this box, and it'll act as the punishment. If we don't fit, okay, we got 10 different games. There'll be like 10 little mini reviews of the game. If we can't get rid of like, let's say 50%.
50.
Well, we can hash this out in other videos, but for today it'll be 50%. If we can't get 50%, whatever this game is he selected, it's gone. I don't know what it is. She doesn't know what it is. That's the incentive. We need an incentive. Otherwise, we're just gonna.
I don't think we do.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die in a pile of board games, just like drowning us. No, it's not a good way to die.
It's a way to go.
So the first game is El Paso, the sort of truncated miniature travel edition of Great Western Trail. 3, 2, 1. Get rid of or trash. Use the trash. Okay.
I like how there was no question.
Now there's an incentive, so I'm just like, yes,
Actually,
bye.
Actually, on second thought, I kind of like the train mechanism of this game better than the original.
You can't go back on it. You just saying that because there's probably a game that you like in there.
I don't know what's
I hope
in the
there
box.
is. If you've never played Great Western Trail, I'd recommend this game. I would recommend this game because it's still good. It's still a good game. The issue I always had is while we're playing, I'm just sitting there thinking like, this is good. But you know what's better? Great Western Trail.
Yeah.
And like, it shaves a little time off and it certainly shaves down the complexity. But in doing so, it sort of took away some of the fun. I like those like all those crazy different buildings that you get to build that can like mess other people up with the little hands, the green hand and the black hand.
Those.
Okay, well, I like those. And there's a bunch of other things that it just kind of took away that sort of added to the interaction with other players. And in doing so, you created this game that sort of sits in this nebulous space where it's like, I don't know who's the audience for this.
Okay, I disagree. I actually think many parts of this game is better than Great Western Trail.
Some parts.
So an example would be in the original Great Western Trail, there's kind of a section where, what's called like the conductor and then the cowboy.
Sure, those are the workers.
Yeah, I'm gonna make names up for them now because I don't remember what they're called. But the 3 different characters.
Yeah.
The supply of what's available for you to purchase is based upon what we have picked in the end of a previous round. It might not make sense, but bear with me. In this game, the supply is based on cards that are there. So you always can buy whatever, all the options are always there until they run out.
True, yeah.
So it's a little bit different mechanism and this is more of a, almost like a deck builder because you have like different cards and it does play differently. So I do like some differences and it's the stuff that I didn't like in the original Great Western Trail. Yeah. I love Great Western Trail, but it's some stuff I didn't love. And I think this game does do it better. The problem I have with it, like I said, it's the mat and the whole, why make it smaller? Like this does not.
It is small.
Was that a problem for people before? It was too
small.
big. Like
yeah, it's good. It's just not Great Western Trail good. If you wanted something that played maybe 20 to 30 minutes shorter and you wanted to travel, then I guess I would recommend this over Great Western Trail. But otherwise, yeah,
it has the same vibe for sure.
It does.
You still feel like you're playing Great Western Trail, which they did really well in that. Like
yeah,
you still box up the same feeling
for sure. But it's not for us, so we will be getting rid of it. First success, yay! And next up is Kabuto Sumo. 3, 2, 1. Keep. Yeah, I like it.
Love it.
I'm not a big fan of dexterity games, and so when I'm able to play a dexterity, it's primarily because I'm flicking. I don't want to flick shit. You know, I don't want to flick things. Everybody's like, Crokinole, yay, it's the greatest game ever. I don't want to flick shit. I don't like the feeling. I think it's silly. But this game, there's no flicking. Instead, you take your wrestler, which is just a big wooden disc, and you sort of push it straight ahead, and you're trying to knock out, like a sumo wrestling match, you're trying to knock out your opponents from that sumo ring. And it's enjoyable. It's pretty fun, and it's not like hectic or crazy. Like it's like a laid back dexterity game, I feel.
is so pretty. Like,
It's a pretty game too.
and it's so child friendly, but also adult friendly. It's so fun for everybody. Just get it. It's not even. Don't even.
What are you running? This is a commercial? What is this?
It's such a cute game.
It is cute.
We generally love, as I'm sure you know, a lot more intense, longer games.
Usually.
But sometimes you just want a break. Sometimes you want like we've been focusing this one game for 3.5 hours. Like I want to just like light, easy. Don't talk to me. Don't think about it kind of game. And this is just fun.
Yeah.
Even if you're dead tired at like 1 a.m. when he's still making you play more games, this is like the stuff that when you pull out, like, oh yeah, that one, that's fine.
And it's got really cool variability with all the different wrestlers. Like I think we have a few expansion packs jammed in here. And it's kind of always, it's just fun the way, you know, each little wrestler sort of interacts with other wrestlers and how you know, some might have like this giant web that gets placed down, which kind of messes everything up.
I like the one with the heavy little metal piece.
Oh, that one, yeah. It sort of like causes a different weight distribution. It's clever. It's a clever game. And it's just, yeah, it's fun.
So good. Just get it.
Just get it. It's a commercial. This is a commercial now.
Oh.
I thought we were just trying to go through our collection,
keeping.
but apparently we're just shilling. We're just shilling. Act now. Supplies are limited. We'll throw in, I don't know. So yeah, we'll keep this one. And then next up we have Aquatica, a game we've had in our collection for quite some time, I think. But 3, 2, 1. Get rid of. Oh,
What?
I thought you didn't like this game. I was like, this is gonna be a oh crap. I was like, this is gonna be a shoo-in. I thought you didn't like it.
I like the slotting and then the pulling out, and then you use a resource and you push it further down, and I like that. I like that.
There was clever stuff in
mechanism.
this game. I love that mechanism. Admittedly, I love that mechanism. That basically, yeah, she's saying, you have these cards that you're drafting, and you get to put them underneath your board. And as other things trigger, you kind of slide them up, and the abilities become different. I think that's brilliant. I don't know why other games aren't taking it and stealing it.
So why try to get rid of this game?
Okay, it's starting to feel really repetitive. It's not necessarily that mechanic. The cards themselves, it feels like there's very few cards in the game. It feels like I'm kind of doing the same thing, like I'm getting stuck in this strategy loop over and over and over again. And I think the only way to break that would be to buy an expansion, but we don't play it enough to warrant purchasing an expansion. So we're in this weird space where it's just like, I don't want to play it because it's just, you know.
I think there's a really important thing to be defined about how people have a collection and what your boundaries are for keeping something. So is something enjoyable worth keeping, or does something have to be very unique and has to be definitely better than other stuff that's out there? I think this is unique enough that it's worth keeping, but if down the line another game comes out with the similar mechanism that has a better overall play and is more interesting, but has that mechanism, then it could replace this game.
Sure. Okay. Well, it has to be unanimous. And if we didn't reach a unanimous decision, well, we're just one step closer to being destroyed by whatever the hell is in that mystery box. So we're keeping it. And then next up, we have Aterna by Martin Wallace. Ready? 3, 2, 1, keep. Yeah, we did a review of this, and this was not surprising. We did a review of this pretty recently. And I've kind of been in the market for a game that's punishing. In a good way. You know, it's something where you can essentially mitigate a lot of bad things happening, but at the same time not feel as though you're running errands, not feel as though like all you're doing is chores for the game, you know? Like it still feels rewarding to perform the actions in this game, but at the same time, like if you push too hard, you're gonna hit the wall and it's gonna suck. But that's your own doing.
I am very anti participation medals, and I find too many games just too rewarding. It's like everything you do, here's some victory points. Everything you do, here's some rewards.
Are you gonna follow that up with like, damn you millennials?
I'm a millennial.
Participation, I know, so am I. Damn my participation trophies. But no, I know what you mean. It does feel like there's like this huge amount of games that are just like bombarding you with just shit.
Rewarded
like,
for every
resources. Like I just put this little guy here and like, here's a bunch of resources.
Yeah, you didn't earn it.
You don't feel, there's no opportunity in those types of games to feel clever. And I think it's really wonderful when a game is able to facilitate that moment where you can look around the table and be like, look what I just did. Isn't that impressive? You know?
But yeah, there's a level of like you have to mitigate risk too. You have to manage like how risky you're willing to be every round, and I think this game does the balance very well, and we really enjoy it.
Yeah, so if you want to know more about it, definitely check out our review. It's also on this channel. I think it's the last video.
Probably the most spicy videos I think we've had.
So spicy. So yeah, we're definitely keeping this. And then next up, we have Compile, a little card game that actually was gifted to us by our friend The Leaf, which is cool because I don't know if you can buy it anymore. I don't know if
It's
it's
sold
sold
out on the
out.
first day.
Yeah, it's like crazy sold out. So 3, 2, 1, keep. Yeah.
She would kill me if we got rid of a game.
Yeah, she would. She would. Plus, I did like it, although
Yeah.
we only played it twice, so I don't want to go into too much depth here. We got into this, well, you let us know in the comment section if we're doing something wrong, but we got into this weird play loop where we sort of edge out and get really close to winning, and then by the second, like we go both like one thing away from winning, we would just do this thing where you would destroy all the other people's cards, and then just by moving it basically to a different spot, and then she would do that to me, and then I do it to her,
Yeah,
and the game just went, whoa, it just
I
dragged
think the
on.
game was supposed to be like 30 minutes or so.
I don't know if we did something wrong.
And we were playing it for a way, way too long.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? Is this a back and forth? There's nothing else. There's no new kind of factor to bring in to break that balance of like
Yeah.
push and pull. And so the game went on for a very, very long time until I finally was like, okay, whatever, you just do it.
But even despite that, we still want to keep it because the core mechanisms, they're clever. Like they're really good. It does kind of in some ways remind me of Android Netrunner and this sort of like playing these weird mind games with your cards against one person. And it's just so simple and easy to understand and easy to explain.
And it's so small and cute.
Yeah, I don't like boxes like this because I'm like, I don't know where I want regular size boxes, but I get it.
This is like a display shelf kind of item.
It is cool looking. It's like a conversational piece, as if a
You
board
can
game box
keep
could
it
be that.
above the fireplace to pull out anytime for the coffee table, but also maybe not above the fireplace.
It's going to slowly gain heat and warp and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a really good game. I hate that we're kind of recommending it simply because I don't know if you can buy it right now. I don't know. It's in this weird, the company I think is in this weird nebulous state. I've heard reports that they're bankrupt. I've heard reports that they're not. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a good game.
But it's a good game. So we're going to keep this. And I think, oh God, we're in trouble. This is a lot that we're keeping. And then next up we have Transgalactica from one of my favorite designers who did also Marco Polo, and he did Zolkin.
I love Sulkin.
Yeah, he did Council of Four, which I didn't like that much, but I recognize as a good game. So
More games should be like Sulkin with the wheel.
with the wheels, every game needs
Cogs.
wheels.
Everything
cogs.
needs cogs.
That's why Windmill Valley is so awesome. It's got cogs. More cogs, please. So 3, 2, 1, trash. Yeah, I was
Yeah, that's all you have to say. Yeah.
I was so psyched for this game when I saw that it was just his like solo project, his own design. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome because like I said, I love all those other games, and then we played it, and it just felt like it felt half baked. We've played it for 4 or 5 times now because we were thinking about doing reviews, so we're in that sort of process.
And we played at different player counts too.
All the
So we
players.
started with like I think 4 or 5 players the first time we played, and then we were like maybe it's just too many people and just getting
Yeah, so we scaled to 4,
and then
then we scaled to 3, then we tried for 2, and
it did not get better. Most games like we've done like one side the other, like the 4 or so or the 2 generally like one of those 2 is like the best, but there was no best. There was all good.
all the mechanics felt very disjointed. They didn't feel like there was a cohesion between all of them. It's basically like, if you ever played Tapestry, it is like a track game. It is just like...
Tapestry is fantastic.
Tapestry is not, I don't know if it's fantastic, but it is fun. This game is just you just going up tracks, which, okay,
I like.
is fine. There's nothing wrong with going up tracks. But nothing feels connected. And there's a huge, maybe we're wrong in this, let us know in the comment. There's a balance issue in this game. A big balance issue in this game. Like, okay, so you have these bonus tiles. In the first, to reach specific tracks and certain sections, gets to take the top bonus tile. Now, we house ruled it after a while to make it so you could choose because it felt less random, but they're still super random. And some are just, it's not a circumstance thing. Some are significantly better. Like there was one that was like double something of income. You'd get a ton of points from just that one tile. Meanwhile, somebody else is picking up something, and it's just like one resource or like one resource or one free movement. And you're like, these are not equivalent.
Yeah.
And it's not like something else that could be player balanced where it's open information and you have people like gunning for that thing. Because that's okay. When you have imbalances like that, that's okay. Because you incentivize your players to get it first. Yes. But because the tile is so random,
it's luck.
It's just
purely
luck. and visually, it's like the iconography is kind of hard to understand sometimes. The rule book has like literal errors in it. Like I said, this is a technical writer that it shakes me to my core, and it's appalling when I see it. But there are problems with the rule book. Uh, I don't know. I just
It was disappointing to
yeah
say the least. It was one of the games where everything about it seemed so appealing, so up
yeah
our alley, and it's so cute. I really liked going up the tracks, but a lot of the stuff just felt like this feels not right.
yeah.
I can't explain it, but some you think I mentioned before, there's an intuitive feeling like, oh, I know what to do next and makes sense. This felt very disjointed and felt like this feels strange. This feels wrong. So
Yeah, and there was no moments where
yeah,
like the interaction of this game. It's funny because the rule book primes you to make it seem like this is a highly interactive game. Like it literally says in the rule book, like get ready for an intense like interactive experience. Just
yeah,
there's no
game with a high level interaction
yeah
between the
here.
players.
There is not. There's not a high level of interaction
I'm
here.
not sure why. I'm not.
What
Like, how do you define interaction? How do you define high level
I
interaction?
wouldn't define it the way they define it because it's not at all. And it's just like in some games you can get sort of a passive interaction by kind of like you're playing with your opponent and you're sort of trying to guess what it is they're going to do. And that in turn becomes an interaction, you know, like if you're playing Race for the Galaxy and be like, okay, I see this person is gunning up for this.
I've never heard someone say you're trying to guess what they're trying to do. So you're mentally reading them, and that's interaction.
It is a form of interaction, yeah, like trying to anticipate what your opponent's going to do. In this one, the options are so varied, and there's no real way to look at their board and like know what they're going to do next. But it sort of it has that element of like Puerto Rico or Carnegie, where it's this like lead follow thing, where the leader gets a bonus and then everybody gets to follow, and that is fun. I do appreciate that.
Yes.
But what separates Carnegie and Puerto Rico from this game is, like I said, it's about that interaction of anticipating what your opponent can do. You kind of can suss out what you think they're going to do, and so maybe you might do something else. I didn't feel that in this game, and maybe that's a lack of plays, but that is one of the big issues. That's another big issue.
I felt it a little bit. Like I
Yeah.
knew like some people had a preferred track that they kept going back
Sure.
to, and I think people could tell about me because I can go back to the same one track as well. And you can kind of get that based on how their boards are set up, what kind of engine they have built.
So yeah, it is a low interaction game. It was a bit of a disappointment. I wish we loved it. But yeah, okay, we're getting rid of this one. So next up is Windmill Valley, which I kind of mentioned when I talked about my love affair with cogs. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, keep. Oh, hey, what? Oh, you said you liked this. We've been playing this like crazy. I've been busting this out for like every new guest. I'm like, you gotta try Windmill Valley. It's fun. You're playing yourself.
I love the cog.
Yeah.
That is the part that I love.
Right?
I don't like tulips.
Okay, what does tulips have to do with anything? What do you mean?
I don't like going around gathering tulips.
Yeah, but there's more to the game than just gathering tulips.
I
You mean
feel like
because you don't like the
there is
theme of the game. You don't like
Yes.
the theme. Okay.
I don't like the theme of the game.
But yeah, there's lots of great things about the game. Like I said,
Not
the
too-
wheels are really rad. Like it's
Yeah.
really cool to sort of like over the course of the game. You know how in some games you have like a player power and it's just like handed to you at the start of the game. Like I'm the wibbly wobbly race and I do these powers. In this game, it's sort of like it's organic. It grows over time. Like you are all the same, and then as you get more upgrades that you get to put on those wheels, you're able to differentiate yourself from people.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And like you can have the ones that like when you turn the wheels, you can only pick one action typically. But if you have the ones that let you take the other one, then it's like more bonuses. And this game is like combo heavy. You do anything, it's like then you do this action, then you do this action. And the interaction here is not the best, but it's still pretty good. Like I like the way you place out your little windmills and you sort of provide victory points for other players. But really the reason you're playing this game is for comboing. It's you know, we just talked about games that reward people. This game rewards you quite a bit, but the rewards at least feel challenging. Like you are sort of strategizing and trying to figure out like what's the best way I can maximize every turn to get the most just friggin' combos. And that part I really enjoyed. So I don't care that you don't like the theme weird.
I just like building the cog. I like the
is
whole
fun.
upgrading your abilities
Yeah.
component like part. But yeah, I don't want to be a big old tulip farmer.
Well, we're keeping it because it has to be unanimous, and we're still gonna play it because I really like it.
Thankfully, I still enjoy playing it.
Okay, good. You could just pretend like in your head that it's like a different theme. You could pretend it's the theme of the next game, which is killing people.
Yeah, more fun.
And next up is Inferno, the game about, I think,
Sinning in
you're
hell.
sinning, and I think you're killing people by like guiding them into Dante's Inferno, into the layers of hell. And ready, 3, 2, 1, trash. I didn't think you. I don't know you. I don't even know you. I was certain that like we were playing this game, and like when I suggested it, because I was thinking about like doing a review video, you just groaned. You were like, oh,
As if I couldn't game that day.
okay.
It's not about this game.
Okay, well, tell me why you want to keep it.
It's fun. I like the going to different places and then pushing someone into hell and then moving the little spirits down the levels of hell.
Yeah, you sort of have like two different games, right? Because you have that sort of worker placement portion that
Yeah.
happens in the second half, but the first half is always you guide your souls through hell, and it's sort of like this like spatial abstract puzzle because you're kind of guiding them down. It's like there's no theme to it. You're kind of just like
Is this not puzzle?
it's a puzzle. Like
it's-
you're kind of moving
It's
them
like
down.
snakes and ladders. You just keep going down.
Yeah,
the
which is a
track.
puzzle. It's a rudimentary puzzle, but it's a puzzle nonetheless. And I didn't feel like those two things felt connected.
And at the bottom, there's like tracks and different things, and
Yeah, you're trying to get the workers.
and you get a multiplier for the colors and
Yes,
that.
you're trying to
It's
get
good.
certain sinners into their level of hell, right? So if you're a greedy sinner, the greedy sinner is trying to go to the greed circle. I like the theme. In fact, I love the theme. I wish more board games had a more like adultish
I
theme
like the themes of
and
like this
weren't
game.
trying to placate to children and like the youths all the time. Like
The 14+ game.
not everything needs to be a family game, publishers. Are you listening? Not everything needs to be a family game. You know,
Yeah, the young kids you're trying to appeal to, they are the ones buying your games.
no. Okay, I would hope that like, you know, it was a Deadpool. Deadpool kind of proved to a lot of people that you can make like an R-rated superhero film and like people will go and they'll watch it. Give me R-rated board games.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yes. Like, let's make things actually adult friendly,
Yeah.
child friendly.
Give me some violence.
I didn't say that.
Boobs and blood.
Instead of like bread and beer, you want boobs and blood?
Yeah, like bread and beer. But the game itself, the reason I don't like it that much is because, again, it felt very disjointed. The mechanics didn't feel like they synced up. The worker placement portion felt a little repetitive and very simple.
I think these last two games really show people about you and I.
What?
Theme is so important for me. Mechanics to work for him. I'd rather have slightly shittier mechanics and strong theme. He'd rather have strong mechanics and weak theme.
Yeah. Okay. I like the game. I like it. I just don't love it. And if I'm going to keep a game, it's got to be like, I got to love it. You know, it's got to be like an 8. Whereas this game, I would put it in like if I were to rate it, it'd be like a 6.5.
See,
Maybe a 7.
The cool theme excites me enough that I'll tell people about it. You know, be like,
Sure.
oh, you love this thing, you would love this game because it's this theme.
Yeah, I like the monsters. There's certain monsters that sort of mess up that spatial puzzle at the start when you're guiding the people down. And there is a bit of enjoyment of like looking over what other people are trying to do and realize, oh, he wants to get the greed sinner into the greed circle, so I'm going to make sure. But the one thing that I don't like actually is it's almost like this stalling effect. And I don't know if you felt this, where you want to do this action because when you move the sinner down, it corresponds to a specific action type that you can perform, and you have to get that sinner in that area to perform that action.
Yeah.
And even if I wanted to get that action, I would make sure not to put it down because doing so would put it in a place where on the next person's turn they could get into that circle.
That's because you are so mean and you only
That's
care
the way
about
you
getting your
play.
soul in bonds.
No, that's the way you play, and you don't want to get this moment where like one person just setting the other person up over and over and over again.
I don't mind.
Okay, well, people won't mind. People won't like that portion. But we are keeping this apparently because it has to be unanimous, and I tell you right now, we're already screwed. So I hope it's a shitty game that's in that box. And next up is Crafting the Cosmos. In 3, 2, 1. Get rid of. Okay.
Have we agreed on like a single
Okay.
game in this video?
Somebody does not understand the assignment. We can't keep every single game we buy. We can't.
We just get rid of the ones you like.
We're dying. I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's a first world problem, but like we have too much crap.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll start then, I guess. This is like Inferno. This is another game that I think is good. I think it's a good game. I just don't think it's great. And my issue with the game, my hands aren't that big. Like I don't have mitts, you know. But like, there's a portion of this game where you have to like pick up these little
I
nebula.
always have long nails. Not right now, I have
Yeah.
short nails, but normally it's super hard to like pick the things. We just need a pair of chopsticks.
No, but you have to pick up the life and the and in between the energy
Chopsticks are like
tokens.
tweezers.
And my hands, they're just like they're going in, and I'm like knocking things over. Like I can't imagine. There's got to be some dudes out there in our comment section, our viewers, who got some mitts for hands. You can't play this if you got mitts for hands. You cannot. This game is not accessible. It's not accessible to big hand man. Okay.
Long nails.
Yeah, or long nails. In the age of accessibility and what's the word? Not exposure. Representation. Representation. In the age of representation, big hand man is not being represented
Exposure here.
in crafting the cosmos. Okay, but it is a decent game. I like the puzzle that it's asking me to solve. You know, I like that you sort of like on your turn, you're moving those marbles, sort of like not like a potion explosion. I'm just saying that because you get to move marbles, but you get to move these marbles essentially. And so that's one portion of the game, and that is fun. And the second portion is once you move those marbles, you get resources and various actions depending on where those marbles sit. And so you get them all at the same time, and then you're sort of trying to puzzle out, you know, where you're going to put everything because you want to complete the nebula by surrounding them by these energy things. And yeah, there's lots there. It's fun. It is a pretty fun game.
See, it's pretty fun game.
But mitts, not good for big hand man. And I don't like that. Everything's so
I
tiny.
guess you don't have big hands.
Yeah, but big enough, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Big enough to irritate the hell out of me when I'm playing when I'm crafting the cosmos. I suppose I'm not entirely disappointed that we're keeping this one. It is a clever game.
Maybe you'll be won over after a few more plays.
We will play it again. I do like it. I just didn't love it, and it really just comes down to the awkwardness and the fiddliness of those bits that just irritate the hell out of me.
Get better chopstick skills.
All right, we'll start playing with chopsticks. So this is another keeper. And the next game, last but not least, is Tidal Blades 2: Rise of the Enfolders. When I first got this game, I thought it was actually just going to be the sequel to the worker placement game Tidal Blades, which to me makes sense, but it is not. It is not at all, and I was pretty pleasantly surprised. Kim has not played this. I played this solo, but she gets to vote anyway. So 3, 2, 1, trash.
Oh, what if I voted to keep it?
Well, I don't know. Why would you keep something you've
You
never
can
played?
try.
Oh, true. Well, actually, I guess you could. The reason I'm voting the trash is just because I have like just a little bit to go and I'll be done. I'll probably play it out this weekend. Kim's going on a work trip. I played this solo and I played the heck out of it. I'm not a big solo gamer, but you can actually expect, I promise you, it's going to be really good. Like a solo gaming documentary that I've been working on for the past couple of months.
Documentary.
Yeah, you'll see. It's good. Like production value is up here. Basically, Kim went away on a work trip and I got bored. And I wanted to play single player board games. And so I just started like filming the process basically. And this is one of the games that I selected. I really liked it. I'm not a big fan of the campaign games. I'm not a big fan of like the dungeon crawler stuff, but it's something about it that I found the story charming. I found the aesthetics and the art charming. The mechanics were all sound. No, they weren't as deep as I would have liked, but they were enjoyable. I liked the sort of actions, the way the actions work, where you place down the action you want to perform for the round, and then they sort of like Marvel United. I've always liked that mechanic. They triggered the previous actions in either the row or the column.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff. And I love that it's a binder now, which I know Jaws of the Lion sort of reinvented from Gloomhaven, where instead of having to go through and set up a board and like, oh, where's the A2 piece? It's just a binder. You just flip to a certain page. And it's cool too, because it allows for a lot of like variability between rounds and like ways you can modify the map. I won't spoil anything. But I had a lot of fun with it. So the only reason I'm trashing it is because I'm kind of done. Like it's a shorter campaign. So understand that if you're thinking of purchasing it. I liked it. Yeah.
I'm not a campaign person or...
She wouldn't like the game. It's a cooperative game. Yeah, and she doesn't want to work with me. She just wants to work against me. But also, she gets mad if I work against her and do bad things to her.
People must be on my team when I'm only on my team.
So yeah, it's a great game. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to putting it on the tier list for the end of the year. But definitely check out that documentary. It's gonna be good. It's coming. Yeah. So this is gone. So if you've been keeping score at home, you know that we have lost 7-3. We've lost 7-3. We got rid of 3 games, and we're keeping 7 games.
So close.
I legitimately thought we would hit down to 50%.
Why did you say 50%?
Because there's like a few games on there that I just like, I thought I distinctly remember you not enjoying, but maybe I'm misremembering.
How he feels is how everybody feels.
But either way, as I said at the top of the video, we took our friend, made him select a game. I don't know what game's in here. It is the punishment for not being more efficient.
Efficient. We could have made it 30%, and we would be fine.
Well, maybe we can toss that for the next video. We've already agreed to 50%. So let's let's see what it is. I knew that would I knew he'd pick that. I knew it. A game 6 is Small World. We will be getting rid of Small World, a absolute classic from Days of Wonder, a game that I have had in my collection. Oh, that for a long time.
Literal death.
We do play it. It's not often. We play it probably once every couple of years, but I do like to bust it out. It is a fun little like area control game.
There should be a new rule. If that's not a game, we're getting rid of it. You don't play it often enough that it collects dust.
I knew he'd like this because like I don't know why he just hates the game. I think that's the reason. I don't know. We will go to him right now, and he can tell you what he picked and why he picked it.
What's up, YouTube? I'm Mark. Mike, I know you think Small World is treasure, but my God, is it trash. I hope you fail.
Yeah, it was definitely because he hated the game, because I know whenever I mention it, he groans. I think he doesn't like the way that like it feels like you teleport around the map, like you can't control the areas properly. But okay, that sucks. There go our Days of Wonder collection is shrinking, but that's the punishment. I don't know. We'll have to get a new friend to select something and hope it's not something we
like that. You get a new friend, so they say
just get a new friend. Yeah, or just get a new friend. Yeah, so that's the video. Let us know if you like this format. I don't I don't want to get rid of games that I actually like, but it was kind of fun, and it is a good incentive. So yeah, definitely check out the solo documentary coming up soon, and our review of Aterna, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.
Thank you so much for watching.
Absolutely. Bye.